Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to some more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. This time we will finish the Forgotten Turnabout. And then next week we start the Grand Tournament, which is the final episode. But that means we can get into other games. Like, next up on the list is Chrono Trigger. Man, I bought that game like a year ago. But also, I have something new to show you. I have another asset made. This one does not akin to the ones from the Wheel of Incentives from Extra Life. This one, I saw if your character here one, and I was just like, I need this for personal for personal games. Let me just show you what it is. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but I don't care. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I spent money for this, my own personal money, to have a fictional pillow of a fictional character. Yes, he's my favorite. I love it so much. I saw a screenshot of this too. That was my boss. And the only response I got was from random I'm not crazy headed. I was just think I am. I love that one. That one will probably come out. Probably end up being some sort of channel point reward. But I don't care. So, yeah, without salute, don't worry. It's a salute. You're all here, chat. Oh, I can do both. At the same time, I can hold my body pillow and I can be saluting. Nice. I wonder what kind of attention this game. Enough of that. I think we should, stop playing with my new assets and just play video games, alright? But great. 10 out of 10. I love them. And I'm going to get another one commission soon because I thought of another idea because of how big of an attorney nerd I am. So, but I won't tell you what it's gonna be yet because I don't want to spoil everything. April 6th, 9/8/18, Grand Tower, PIC meeting room. Order into court. Prosecutor Von Karma, your report, please. I have bad news. We have searched every inch of the Grand Tower, but the auction gavel was nowhere to be found. Of course it wasn't, because I think I know where it is. That is most unfortunate. It seems I am left with no choice but to pronounce the verdict. Well, it sure seems that way, Normally, you wouldn't commit a blunder and leave behind a murder weapon, Best criminal would never do something like that, you see. Absolutely, says the criminal. I don't have enough information. Is this as far as I can go? Yes, it's a shame, but it can't be helped, you see. This takes me back, All those defendants who came to me asking for a plea bargain. They trusted me, Told me every one of their dirty little secrets, you see. And when it came time for the trial, I'd get them sentenced to life in prison. You're a monster! They were all completely dumbstruck, Each and every one of them. What a fucking monster. Oh, how I wish you could all have seen it, The stupid looks on your faces. I shall hereby announce my verdict. Please humbly accept the words of the law. There's no more I can do. Resist. Both K and I are. Okay. Only we had some evidence. I never thought that I would be passing judgment on you like this. Is this the end? No, it just started. The stream's only been going for 10 minutes. No way in hell we're in the end. The defendant, Blaze the Best, I hereby indicate you. Yep, I knew it. She was on our side. Oh, damn it. I was going to call the stream I've taken your queen. But I didn't know for sure she was going to turn on him. Because in this situation, she is definitely the queen. The queen piece. What? What? Oh, that's gotten into you all of a sudden. All of a sudden, she's probably been feeling this for a couple days now. I have documents regarding a certain case. The IS-7 incident, a case that happened 18 years ago. Documents, you say? Why would you suddenly? Wait, you don't mean. On the day of the crime, the records of your keycard being here was used because I came to this room to fetch these documents, of course. Although, when I entered the meeting room, it seems it was before the black market auction has begun. At first, I told you that I came to gather documents about you, Prosecutor. At that time, I simply could not tell you the truth. What are you doing, Justine? Why are you indicating Bob? Can I read the case notes? Because I know the... Yes! Date of event, April 24th, 2000, 18 years ago. Prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. Defense attorney, Gregory Edwards. Victim, Isaac Dover. Defendant, Jeffrey Master. Crime scene, Dover's body was discovered inside Mr. Master's mansion. Related persons, Alice Stone, Catherine Holt, Nancy Fox. Remarks, there is no clues whereabouts Dover's son or Gustav's son. Whereabouts of Dover's son or Gustav's son, who until the day before the incident regularly visited Mr. Man. You biased! This is slander! This was a wonderful remark. That was a wonderful remark, Sebastian. Huh? Really? Of course, there is a bias. During the case 18 years ago, Prosecutor Manfred von Karma fabricated information regarding the body. That's because the body was the sculptor Isaac Dover had been stolen. Papa fabricated information about a body? What do you mean? Detective Lester, who handled the initial investigation, reported that the body had gone missing. However, in order to deceive Prosecutor von Karma, there was a person who purposely did not report that to him, that the body had disappeared. What? What did you say? That person would not forgive those who defy him, nor would he allow others to hold power. He would use any means necessary in order to bend others to his will. And then, also 18 years ago, Director Young was ordered by a certain individual to write a fake observatory report. Dr. Young was the one who wrote the observatory report for the IS-7 incident? But please wait, Penny didn't do anything wrong. She was ordered by that person. He had no choice but to obey. That person was the chief prosecutor at the time. The chief prosecutor 18 years ago. You don't mean. The chief prosecutor who gave Papa his first penalty was none other than you, Bias the Best. I like how the music cuts just for a second and then it's just like, it was you! And then In Pursuit starts playing again. What are you saying? Pops would never do something like that! Oh, you poor sweet innocent soul! Sebastian, we do not need your opinion right now. Silas the Best, do you have a rebuttal? Fabricating stuff about a body. Grandma did all that on his own, you know? Falsifying the opposite report. Young, you would actually do something like that? And you really did some terrible things behind my back, you know? Thanks for the follow, Tazrin. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know if I was using Tizen? Seeing how all parties concerned are here today, we should ask them directly. But please wait! Granny is out! Granny, I'm sorry. I knew that's why I... Yep, because if I didn't, he said he would expose you. I'm good, I'm very good. I have a little bit of a headache, but it's nothing I can't push through. It's not like I can't stop. It's all good. I'm fine. In the great words of Apollo's justice. If I didn't assist in the crime, Granny would be prosecuted. That's what that man, the conductor, told me. I figured, I'll be real with you guys. First time I saw this man, I was like, this man committed crime. This man has committed a crime. I was like, it may be murder, but it may not have been murder. But apparently it's more than just murder. He absolutely did murder. So Miss Jensen, you was being threatened. Was the conductor who threatened you Ballast the Best? That I don't know. The person who threatened you was the auction conductor. They do have similar physiques, but I never saw the person's face. Any trivial thing is fine. Give us the characteristics that could be a clue. That's right. The conductor's mask. It exposed a tiny part of his face. There was a tattoo there. I'm sure of it. Had a face tattoo. A tattoo, you say?
Objection.
I really have no idea what you're talking about, you know. As you can see, there are clearly no tattoos on my face, you see? Your hair is lit. There's so much hair covering your face. Or, you know, there's a little thing called foundation. Something like that. That person doesn't match me at all, you know. That person who threatened her, this so-called conductor. I wonder who it is, you know. You haven't incurred the wrath of the goddess of law. I suggest you watch what you say. Hasn't he incurred your own wrath rather than the wrath of the goddess? Jane Krill has been pursuing you just as I have. And I will not let her death be in vain. Crane was, you know, you say she was pursuing me. My, I didn't really know her that well, you know. I know my girl's chasing after me, you know, but I don't recall her ever falling for me, you see. Not that kind of pursuing. You didn't know the victim well. Is that a testimony? That's a testimony we haven't heard up until now. Before the eyes of the goddess of law, you shall give us an official testimony. I see. Everyone is bullying me. You're bullying your son more than everybody else is bullying you. Okay? If you're gonna go that far. That's fine, you see. I'll just have to make you disappear. last one of you. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I shall cooperate with you as well. If we let this opportunity slip by, I doubt we'll ever get him to stand in court again. Please, don't let this chance get away. Yes. I promise I will live up to your expectations. Now then, Ballas the Best, you shall testify regarding the victim. The victim, Jill Crane, was a member of the prosecutor investigation community, you see. Personally, I didn't really know her that well, you know. Either way, it's not like I had a motive to murder her, you know. I have no idea why she was pursuing me, you see. You intend to deny your guilt until the bitter end, don't you? Of course he does! There's no way Pops could be the criminal! Just the best, just stand back and let the professionals do their work. You're a precious boy who needs to get over his father. Because your father is a criminal. I mean, he's my Pops, you know. He's the very best, like no one ever was. Yes, Sebastian. If you're going to stick up for me, be sure to have a clear bias, you know. Alright, I got it. I'll clear you out of these false accusations, Pops. I believe in you, Pops. You won't lose to someone like Mr. Edgeworth. Yes. You really are a pure, you know. He's a precious little boy who needs to be protected, okay? That person, he really loves his father, doesn't he? However, one must be able to accept mistakes of their father. Francesca should know better than anyone else in this room. No matter how much they look up to him. Like I said, Francesca should know it better than anybody else in this room. I mean, Kay wants to live in the footsteps of her father becoming a great thief, you know. But not a prosecutor, you know. Each person must atone for their crimes, no matter who they are. Yeah, this is going to be hard for Sebastian, but I simply cannot overlook his father's crimes. The victim, Jill Crane, was a member of the prosecutorial investigation committee. If she was a member of the PIC, then you should have been familiar with her. Well, I knew her face, but that's about it, you know. It's not like we met each other on regular basis. Personally, I didn't really know her that well, you know. So you're saying you weren't familiar with the victim? That's right. I didn't even know about the burn mark on Crane's hand, you see. Didn't know about the burn mark. Well, you see, even if I had gotten close to her, she would have disappeared sooner. It's pain to remember someone, you know. Well, and they're just gonna disappear, you see. In other words, anyone who defies him disappears. I would like you to add that statement about the victim's burn to your testimony. Well, I just learned that she had a burn mark on her hand, you see. So you're saying that you didn't know about the victim's burn. Is that really the truth? You really are persistent, you know. You really think I would pay attention to every little wound on a woman's hand? I would think the burn mark on the victim's hand would be hard to miss. Now that you mention it, Jill Crane would regularly wear great gloves. I too did not notice about the burn until the incident occurred. Jill Crane regularly wore gloves. I thought so. She was probably trying to hide the burn mark, you see. I understand how sensitive a woman can be about these things, you know. I mean, if I had a burn mark on my hand, I'd just like show it out. Part of me would want to be like, show it off to people, like, you know, I got this scar, and then tell some badass, absolute fabricated story. I would like you to add that so-called sensitive understatement, the sensitive understanding of a woman to your testimony. Maybe she was always wearing gloves in order to hide the burn mark, you know? So you were aware that she always wore gloves? well aware. Those clothes were practically her trademark, you see. I guess they weren't just a fashion thing. She wanted to hide her burn mark, you know? I wonder if that girl over there also is hiding something under her bandages. Huh? I'm not hiding anything. I think you are, you know? You're hiding the face of a criminal. Those words should be directed at someone like you. I shall expose here and now the face of a true criminal. Ha 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 ha! How amusing. Go ahead and try it if you think you can. So Jill Crane regularly wore gloves. That's interesting. I should look over the evidence one more time. Either way, it's not like I had a motive to murder her, you know. I may not have had a motive. Yet. Was there any trouble between you two over work? Haha! Unlikely, you know. It's kind of important, you see. I've gotten reports saying that she was exceedingly capable. But you know, our social status was completely different, you see. So we didn't talk, you know. That may be true, but it doesn't prove that you didn't kill her. That's rather jerk, you know? I mean, look at you. You're taking the side of the criminal. It seems Miss Crane was the one who had interest in you. You know, that really is a mystery. And I have no idea, you see? That's it. Since I had no motive, your reason does not hold, you know? I had no idea why she was pursuing me, you see? So you have no clue why the victim had been pursuing you? Nope. Not in the slightest, you know. Just because Pops is such a handsome man, I beg to differ. It's true, you know? Women appear before me and then disappear and then reappear. You guys could never reach my Pop's level of awesomeness. It would certainly be impossible for a normal person. Having people appear and then physically disappear on a daily basis. Well then, maybe Courtney's gonna disappear too. No. Before that happens, I'll see it to your way of life. It disappears today. I see, then I should finish it before the day's over. I'll organize my information about the victim. If there was anything you don't understand, you should look over the evidence. Perhaps you should find a new fact for this time around. Francesca, you're willing to help me? I told you, I'm doing this for Kay Faraday, not you. Francesca seems to be worrying about Kay in her own way. Do I show the opposite report like I always do? It's not a conductor's clothes. Okay, so it is the opposite report. It was not the opposite report? Playback the audio was recorded by Tristan. I knew who you were right away. You cannot have that burn from me. Silent, huh? I've been waiting for my chance to get revenge all this time. Ha! Jill Crane regularly wore gloves. If that is true, then it creates a huge contradiction. Oh, a huge contradiction, you say? I would like you to listen to the voice recording on this stuffed animal one more time. And, I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. Silent, huh? I've been waiting for my chance to get revenge all this time. Ha! We're under the impression that this was the moment when the victim was murdered. I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. We thought that the statement was said by the culprit. Isn't that fine? What's the problem, you know? There's a huge problem with that. If the victim has been wearing gloves from the start, it would have been impossible to see the burn on her hand.
Objection.
Gloves come off very easily. She could have taken them off during the auction. That's not true. Miss Crane has been wearing her gloves when I took her place. She must have been wearing them before she was murdered. What are you saying? Don't you understand the position you're in? I'm not scared anymore. I have Granny here with me. Valor, your days of reckoning has finally come. Somehow, it seems like you all want to disappear. Permanently. What are you gonna do? Murder all of us? The only one who will be disappearing here is you, Valis the Best. Hey! Do you say that to Pop? Does it really matter if the burn mark was visible or not? It certainly does matter. If the burn mark was visible, then we have a complete turnabout of the situation. What? What are you saying? If the victim's burn mark was visible, what does that tell you? Sebastian, turn your way of thinking around. If the victim was wearing gloves, then her burn mark could not have been seen. In that case, whose burn mark was seen? Someone else's burn mark? Precisely. The culprit must have had a burn mark as well. In other words, I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. The person who said this was not the culprit, but the victim. What?
Objection.
Sebastian, could you please step aside? Edgewood, all your reasoning up until now is just a figment of your imagination, you know. The culprit had a burn mark. Where was it, you know? If you can't answer that, then your logic doesn't hold up, you know. What the fuck am I supposed to know this shit? Where was the culprit's burn mark? I wonder where the burn mark could have been. During the auction, wasn't everyone wearing a disguise? Indeed, during the auction, everyone should have been dressed in a particular way. If the burn mark was visible under those conditions, then... Now, why don't you show us? Where was the culprit's burn? You have to show me the proof, you see. conductor was wearing during the auction. In other words, the outfit you were wearing at the time. What can you figure out from the clothes alone?
Objection!
The conductor had been wearing a white suit, white gloves, and a mask. His attire had covered most of his skin. However, according to Miss Jensen's testimony, the conductor's mask exposed a small piece of his face. In addition to while she thought there has been a tattoo there, it's possible that she simply mistook the burn mark for a tattoo. A burn mark on his face?
Objection!
That's all very skinning, but I'm afraid you're getting excited for nothing, you know. None of the PIC members have burn marks on their faces. Naturally, this includes me as well. Huh? Pop? But... Sebastian, could you please be quiet? If you're an idiot, then act like one, you know? Normally, Sebastian is a nuisance to everyone around him. But this time, I owe him my gratitude. That reaction from Ballas, his own son, had revealed the truth more clearly than anything else. Thanks to him, I am confident that my reasoning is correct. I know who that unidentified piece of evidence belongs to. I wonder what's wrong with that prosecutor. Usually, Sebastian is slower to arrive at the truth than anyone else. However, at this time, he has probably figured it out. His own father is a criminal. Once he knows the truth, he's in pain, isn't he? If he didn't know the truth, he could have remained blissful in his ignorance. Okay, we're here in order to pursue the truth. It doesn't matter what path my reasoning takes. It's important thing is to arrive at the truth. Once before, when I lost faith in my reasoning, you said that to me and showed me the way. This time, I shall show you the truth. You are innocent. I also want to know the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, please tell me. Yes, that's the spirit. That's impossible, you know, for all of you. I mean, just when could I possibly have a burn mark? Says the guy who literally is holding a lighter. It's nowhere to be found, you see. There's no evidence to prove that I'm the culprit. That's right! There's no contradiction at all! What were you just about to say earlier, though, Sebastian? There's no way there could be a contradiction. Not for my pop! Sebastian, I understand why you don't want to admit it. However, if you avert your eyes from the truth, you will regret it forever. Pop, this is what should I do? I really wonder why you're such an idiot, you know? Sebastian, if you really want to save me, you'll have to try a little bit harder, you see. Gotta use your head, you know. Honestly, you really are a useless idiot. Yes. No wonder why his official English name is Eustace, because it sounds like useless. No way. But I tried really hard. I tried my best, Bob. When I went to school, you told me to reach the top of my class, just like you told me to. Just look at this jacket. Only someone who graduates top of the class gets to wear it. I did everything you told me to. That's how I got to be the best at the academy. I even won all those awards just so I could be like you, Pop.
Objection.
You really are such an idiot. Come to the side of people who will accept you and let you just be a normal guy. You know those good old stars you got in your test? I made the teachers give them to you. Every speech and debate contest, all of the judges were my friends. You know, Sebastian, if you weren't You weren't even able to notice something like that? You really are not worthy of being called my son, don't you think? Aw, even my son has disappeared. You literally made your son cry. Francesca, you know better than what it has to know when your father's a criminal. Francesca knows best. Understands his situation the best. Oh my, it's enough to make me cry, you know. He was trying his best for me, and yet he was totally useless, you know. How could you? He is your son. That truly upsets me. Like, I always said Sebastian is a precious boy who needs to be protected. And I was right when I said that he needs to be protected from his own father. Like, he's trying his best. Okay? You are truly a despicable person. As the chairman of the PIC and as a father. Even I feel sorry for that foolish prosecutor. Mr. Prosecutor. Hey, Kay! That is what Agent Lang calls me. That was the best. What do you think of your own son? He's just a useless pawn, you see. This is the face of a man who absolutely should not have never had children. And I knew that from the beginning. I really do feel bad for Sebastian so much. You know, he doesn't deserve this. Oh, now, maybe you should look into the mirror before you criticize me, you know. I mean, even you also used Sebastian to get close to me, didn't you? I cannot deny that. However, he is not a mere pawn. He always tries to do his very best, and even if the results aren't up to par. I've seen just how hard he tried, and yet he refused to even acknowledge it.
Objection.
That kid is no good, you see, no matter what he does, or is told to do. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I shall leave this offering to the goddess of law to you. Deliver her fine judgment against Alice the best. Yes, that was my intention from the beginning. There was a burn mark on the conductor's face. The Alice the best must be hiding it. What was he wearing during the auction? That is the key to revealing the truth. Well then, allow me to hear your answer. Please show the piece of evidence that proves the culprit had a burn mark on his face. Could you take a look at this piece of evidence? bothering me for some quite time. If you recall Miss Jensen's testimony, there's still one point that remains unexplained. 2 types of wigs have been prepared, one of which was left unused. Do you mean that wavy wig? What are you talking about? It was something Miss Jensen found when she switched places with the victim. What does something like that have to do with the burn? Inside the costume truck, Miss Jensen witnessed 2 wigs. One of them had been used by Miss Jensen to make her look like the victim. Now then, just what was the other wig used for? It doesn't seem like there was a spare wig. There's no need to overthink it. Just compare the attire to the culprit and the conductor. The true culprit, the conductor, that was that of Tobias Beth. Don't stare at me like that. Don't you think there's just one spot where it is a huge contradiction? Especially around his face? So that's it! Not a wig at all. Indeed. It was no wig. Belle's the best. It was your fake beard. Ah, ha ha ha. This is a real beard, you know. Don't tease me like that, Edward. Your son must have realized the truth before anyone else. That's why he was trying so hard desperately to protect you. You were also worried that he would tell the truth. Isn't that why you drove your son away from here? Because he knew that his father was hiding a burn under his fake beard. Belle's the best. How about you remove that fake beard of yours? The whole thing? It was... a burn mark. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Justice has been served for the goddess of law. For that, I give you my thanks. I should be the one thanking you. Alice, I hereby announce my verdict. You shall be taken into custody for the murder of Jill Crane. April 6th, 9:44 p.m. Grand Tower, PIC meeting room. Mr. Edgeworth, thank you very much. I'm so happy that you believed in me to the very end. There's no need to thank me. As a prosecutor. No, as a friend. I simply wanted to save you. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I bring good tidings. It seems that former chairman DeBeth has been safely detained in the detention center. However, the search for the murder weapon, the auction gavel, continues. Alice DeBeth is a shrewd man. There's a good chance that he's already disposed of it. There's also one piece of testimony that concerns me. Alice DeBeth mentioned that the only thing he did not fake were the letters. What do you mean? First, he found this letter in Jill Crane's clothes. Then, he also found this letter on Kay, who was unconscious in the storeroom. It contains the letter seems that the two has been corresponding with each other. Which is why the Alice DeBeth assumed that the two were merely working together. Ridiculous. That can't be right. After reading the 2 letters, he decided to pin the crime on Kay Faraday. In order to cast suspicion on her, he planted one of the letters in a noticeable spot. The deceased Jill Crane's left breast pocket. Isn't that just an excuse? Yes, that's what I thought as well. It may have simply been a last-ditch effort to save himself. However, before the stern eyes of the goddess of law, these are all trivial matters. His crime shall certainly not go unpunished. With this, I have finally fulfilled one of my long-standing missions. Judge Courtney, will you tell me what you know? Why did Alice DeBeth murder Jill Crane? and what lies are hidden behind this case. Yes, I don't mind. You have the right to know everything. Long ago, Jill Crane was in love with a cameraman. That man was pursuing the black market auction as a journalist. And then, before he could reach the truth, he was erased. The feelings and the items Miss Crane inherited from her beloved brought her to the auction, so she had to come to exact revenge on the conductor, Alice. Although, in the end, she was the one who was murdered instead. I see. So that's what happened. While the goddess of law cannot condone her actions, we have succeeded in her goal of bringing Alice the Best's crimes to light. So Judge Courtney's goal was to expose Alice the Best and reveal the dark secrets of the PIC. By the way, what happened to the young prosecutor? We have been unable to contact him for some time now. Do you have any idea where he might be? I have not been truly working for him, so I feel very sorry for him. What you should be sorry for is the fact that he was kept in the dark up until now. No matter how cruel reality is, he'll have to accept it. If he can't, he won't be able to walk in his own path in life. Ever. A father's influence is not something that's easily erased. However, I'm sure he'll be able to change from here on out. Yes, that's right. Surely you must be right. Will I soon be able to walk in my own path in life? Hey! Is your body alright? Yes! Thanks to you. I'm so sorry, even though you're my patient. You ended up getting suspected because of... Ouch! You can't just take care of the patient's body. You gotta take care of the heart, too. That's my granny. Hey, how is your memory? I feel like I'm on the verge of remembering something. Well then, I shall take my leave here. I'll be presiding over Francesca Rolanda's trial. That would be the trial for the murder of Horace Knightley, who's in charge of the defense. Miss Crane was supposed to be her defense attorney, but now she has passed away. We are currently arranged for a replacement defense attorney. Jill Crane has been in charge of Francesca Rolanda's defense. I'll also have to get in contact with Sebastian quickly since he's the prosecutor in charge. Well then. Please wait! What about Mr. Edgeworth's prosecutor's badge? What will happen to his prosecutor's badge? With the chairman's arrest, the PIC is no longer functional, so I cannot answer that question easily. Perhaps one could say, only the goddess of law knows. But that's... You don't need to worry about me. This is the path that I have chosen. It seems that you have no plans to change it either. Of course not. You choose this path to seek the truth. With the departure of Alice the Best, the law has once again returned to our hands. If you truly desire to continue the prosecutor's path, I am willing to assist you in reclaiming your badge. I appreciate the sentiment, but I must decline. I did not replenish my badge with half-hearted feelings. You see, it seems that our paths of the law will continue to run counters to each other. Until our paths once again cross, I shall have you hold on to that badge. That was my intention from the start. However, on occasion, the goddess of law is quite generous. Please return this notebook to its proper owner. His promised notebook. It seems that it was scheduled to be put on the bidding of a black market auction. The name K is written on the notebook. It seems Alice the Best quickly realized that this belongs to the girl, since the letter you found also contained the same name. You speak as if you really did know about the letters. Are you saying that Biles really did not prepare the letters himself? Yes, that man said so himself. Kay Faraday's goal was to steal back the notebook. Jill Crane's goal was to get revenge. In order to achieve their goals, the two of them teamed up to infiltrate the auction, or so he said. Unfortunately, this was all Ballas' misunderstanding. It was purely coincidence. If the attorney from the PIC and the cave really were acquaintances, it would be strange that she never mentioned it to me, considering her personality. You really do trust her, don't you? In the end, the notebook was used as another red herring, but it's something that's very important to that girl, isn't it? I'll make an special exception and return it. I'm sure that's what the goddess of law desires. That's I appreciate it. I shall pray that she recovers her lost memories. Is something wrong? Okay, I am returning something very important to you. Ah, this is... Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Look, Daddy, I wrote them all down. Yep, I'll be sure to follow all of our promises and become a hero just like you, Daddy. Ah, that's right. There was one more. I forgot to write down the most important promise. Promise number 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. I'll be sure to remember them. I'll never ever forget them. Always try your hardest to learn things you don't understand. That's right! I'm... the great thief who steals the truth, Kay Faraday! The second Yatsugatsu and Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Kay, you remembered? It's kind of embarrassing, though. Thank you so much. It's all thanks to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Even when I lost my memories, you were still always trying to save me, right? It seems you're back to normal. Wow, Kay, you've gotten better. Your health comes first. Now you can relax. Just make sure you don't run off and lose all your memories again. Miss Jensen, Dr. Young, thanks for worrying about me. Hey, if you're feeling a little better, how about changing back into your own clothes? I washed your clothes for you, Kay, so they're nice and clean. These clothes. Wasn't Detective Gumshoe holding on to them? He said the forensics were done with them, so he gave them back to me. Have they revealed the results of the analyst yet? To be honest, I actually didn't think to ask about that. Now, most importantly, let's hurry up and get you changed, Kay. Still, isn't it better if we not remove her bandages? She should be fine now. Kay just bumped her head. She didn't really have any other major injuries. Then why is she so heavily bandaged? Better safe than sorry. A pound of prevention is worth an ounce of cure. That's my motto. What a troublesome motto. Come on, Kate. Let's get you dressed up over there. Now this is definitely what a great thief should look like. Her smile certainly suits you best. In the past, and now as well. Miss Von Karma, thank you for coming too. I only came because Scruffy asked me to. That's Scruffy. He also wanted to see you in your energetic self again. Gummy? What happened to Gummy? Who knows? Maybe he was disgusted with the man who willingly threw away his prosecutor badge. Detective Gumshoe. I must be going soon. I'll be taking these ladies in for questioning. What's going to happen to the two of them? One of them aided in a murder of an attorney. The other forged an opposite report 18 years ago. Those crimes definitely won't disappear. Of course, I will mention in the court that they were being blackmailed by Ballas. We'll be just fine. As long as Granny's by my side, we're invincible. Well then, take care. Now then, Kay. Sorry to ask you so soon right after you gained your memories, but I still have some questions. Sure, ask me anything you want. What were you doing on the day you lost your memories? On that day, I was asked to come to Grood Lake. I don't know who called me there, though. As I was watching the moon at Grood Lake, a person in a red raincoat approached me. All of a sudden, he used some kind of drug to knock me out. What? What is she saying? The place where Kay saw the moon was at Grood Lake? When I woke up, it seemed like I somehow ended up on the roof of the Grand Tower. My mind was still in a daze. I stumbled around for a bit. When I found the person in the red raincoat collapsed, I was startled, and then I stepped back into a panic. I fell from a high place and got knocked out cold again. When I woke up, my memories were gone. The person in the red raincoat. Who exactly was that person? Oh yeah, I was certain that I saw him walking in midair. Somehow this is all starting to make my head hurt. Please calm down. You're just a little confused by what you only recently got your memories back. Most likely, this is the main cause of your confused memories. This is probably the main cause of your confused memories. You saw the moon at both Grood Lake Park and the Grand Tower rooftop, which led you to confuse the two places. Huh? But aren't they totally different places? Even if I wasn't a daze, you really think I would get them confused? Most likely, there was something at the Grand Tower which led you to your confusion. Was it this? The Grand Tower rooftop and Grood Lake have 2 points in common. They both have a cherry tree and a food stall. Ah, now that you mention it! Your memories were confused because you had been in 2 similar locations. The person that you first saw could not have been walking in midair. They were simply walking on the ground of the Grood Lake Park. You must have gotten that scene confused with the Grand Tower rooftop. So that's what happened! How dare they steal the memories of a great scene? They'll pay for this! Nevertheless, I wonder who the person that assaulted Kay was. The person in the red raincoat who appeared at Grood Lake. Beep, 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 beep. What's that noise? Sounds like it's coming from the storage room. Mr. Edgeworth, let's go check it out. What's this? My stutterbug senses is tingling. I smell me another scoop. You're still here? April 6th, 9:53 a.m. Grand Tower, 54th floor, storage. Mr. Edgeworth, this walkie-talkie thing here is what's beeping. This transceiver. Why do I feel like I've seen it somewhere before? Beep, 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 beep. It's still beeping, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not particularly familiar with this sort of device. Come on, we have to answer it. Here it goes. Click. Hello? Edgeworth speaking. Hey, please don't just answer it on your own. Speaking with Miles. Am I speaking with Mr. Miles Edgeworth, I presume? This voice is Shelly the Killer. I figured he would appear soon. I congratulate you on resolving the case. However, can you truly say in good conscience that it's been solved? Are you aware of the mastermind who's pulling the strings behind this incident? You! What do you know about the incident? That's not important right now. Wouldn't you agree? Right now, we're discussing the mastermind behind this case. I had an inkling that such a person existed, even before you said anything. After all, there was evidence to suggest that someone used Kay to disrupt the investigation. Huh? There was? So who is this mastermind? I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Would you kindly show me evidence that indicates the existence of a mastermind? Would it be the letters? gonna show one of the letters. Because it's the letters, right? You added one of the letters. It was a letter that Kay allegedly sent to the victim. Come to think of it, I don't remember writing that letter at all. Who could have prepared this letter? I too am quite curious to know. So you're not the one who wrote the letter. What could I possibly gain from doing such an act? Isn't that necessary for you to stand in court in order to make the truth clear? What can you possibly do now that your badge has been taken from you? I look forward to finding out from the shadows. This man, how does he know that? Do we have an understanding? Please ensure that you do not betray my trust. Now then, if you excuse me. He said that the case wasn't solved yet. What does he mean by that? And who would Mr. the Killer... why would Mr. the Killer even bother telling us that? Ugh, nothing makes sense anymore. This case has not reached its true conclusion yet. However, although I lost my prosecutor's badge, who I am still has not changed. While I don't know where this may lead me, I shall reveal its truth. I swear it. The end. Now, I'm sorry about the shorter stream, but I'm gonna end it here. Because, like I don't know how long. I don't want to start 2 episodes in one time. So, you understand, right? You guys do understand. I hope you can understand why tonight's shorter now. So, thank you all for joining tonight. I do appreciate it. It's very nice to know that people come and people go. I bid thee farewell. I just like to use my assets, so don't judge me too hard on this. So I shall be back on Saturday for either some art or collab. I still haven't planned collab, so it's most likely gonna be some art. But anyways, like I said, again, I apologize for the shorter stream. It's just, there's just some things that need to be done. And I just don't want to start, I don't want to start the new episode right away. So, just because I have no idea how long it's going to take. So at this point, what could have been so much? Raid. Let's raid Void Munashi. I hope you guys all enjoy, and thank you again, Cousin for the 5 bidding and the follow. And oh shoot, that was the wrong command. My bad. Apologies. I'll be back. Like I said, I'll be back on Saturday for some art or a collab. Haven't really decided yet. My bad. Bye.